All right, today take some notes with me as we go over side, 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 and side, angle, side similarity. Again, make sure you know the S's stand for sides and the A's for angles. Also, make sure that you know similarity. Similar means sides are proportional and angles are congruent. And so we get to side, 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 similarity. Now, side, 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 similarity. That's how I would write it. SSS, side, side, side. And then that little symbol there means similar. And then I'm going to write in here the definition I would use is if all three sides of the triangles are proportional, then the triangles are similar. Well, it's not awesome. Can we move you? There we go. Right? So that's side, side, side similarity. If all three sides of the triangle are proportional, then the triangles are similar. And so if you have an example of this, would be, let's give me some numbers down here. So we'll say this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle, and this is a 6, 8, 10 triangle. Then your work you're going to show is you're going to show the proportion. So green is to green here, as orange is to orange here, as blue is to blue here. So you would show the proportional sides. Now, you could either reduce the fractions and show 1/2 equals 1/2 equals 1/2. Or if you're not good at reducing fractions and you don't have a calculator to make that easy for you, it is okay to just tell me the decimals. 0.5 is equal to 0.5 is equal to 0.5. Okay. So it's okay to show me the ratio as a decimal, or it's okay to show me the ratio as a fraction. But you got to show me this as the way it is, and then you would say, yes, the triangles are similar, side, side, side similarity. Again, before we had angle, angle. Angle, angle is still the easiest, but it's not the only one. Here we know nothing about the angles, and so side, side, side is next. And so this is what most of your homework is going to look like. Determine whether the triangles are similar. Again, I could use angle, angle, but I don't know anything about the angles. So I knew no numbers about the sides. And now I put 8/6. First, let's talk about why do I pair up 8 and 6. If I look at this triangle, 8 is the smallest number. If I look at the triangle over here, 6 is the smallest number. So I'm going to pair up the smalls, the middles, and the largest. Now, why 8 on top and not 6 on top? Personal preference. If you put 6/8, that's fine. Just make sure you then put 9/12 and 12/16. You just have to stay consistent. And again, you could tell me that the fractions reduce to be the same, or that the decimals are the same, right? And so you could do it either way. You have to show me that the decimals are the same or that the fractions are the same. So either way there, you're showing that, hey, these sides are proportional. They all reduce to the same thing, all right? And so then your final answer here would be yes, they are similar by side, side, side similarity. Next would be side, angle, side similarity. Side, angle, side similarity. Remember, sides, S's proportional, angles congruent. And so I highlighted the key words here if you're writing down your own notes. Two sides are proportional. So two sides are proportional and the included angles congruent. So two sides are proportional and the angle in between them is congruent. If that is all true, then the triangles are similar. So if you have two sides proportional and the angle in between them congruent, then the triangles are similar. right? How do I mark that here? Well, I would do some kind of math work showing that orange is orange equals green is to green. So I should do that same thing we just did on the fractions or decimals. And now I have angle S, and that's just given here. Angle S is congruent to angle Y. All right, and so now I would say yes, side, angle, side, similarity. Let's look at an example. And so again, this is the main type of question you're going to get in your homework, which you're just asking, are they similar? Now, they try to give us two different ways to do it here, and I'm going to reduce that. I erase the number at the top and bottom because I only want us to think through one way here. And so I am going to do 8 over 20, and then 5 over 12.5. Now, why 8 over 20 and not 8 over 12.5? Between these two numbers right here, 8's the bigger number. Between these two numbers right here, 20 is the bigger number. So 8 pairs with 20, 5 pairs with 12.5. And so that's the first thing. I did that in the calculator. I get 0.4, 8 divided by 20. I did 5 divided by 12.5. I got 0.4. And so, yes, those two sides are proportional. Now, it's only two sides. That's not enough. I have to remember that vertical angles are congruent. And so that's what I marked here. Those are vertical angles. They are congruent to each other. And so now I can say, yes, the triangles are similar by side, angle, side, similarity. Again, you'll have to show this work for the sides being proportional, talk about the vertical angles, and be able to say yes. And so the last kind of problems you're going to have in your homework, it's the same thing. Are they similar? It's really going to be two-part questions. That's what we've been dealing with. And then we're going to add a step we solve for x. And so first, let's see, are the two triangles similar? Well, do you see two triangles? The little triangle on top, and then the whole thing is another triangle. And so the first thing I see is that the little triangle and the big triangle both have angle M. So angle M is congruent to angle M. That's called reflexive property. And so I know angle M is equal to itself. So now let's compare the sides. 5 on the left of the little triangle compares to 8. And 6 compares to, now I would change this 3.3, 3 3/5 to 3.6. 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. I just prefer to work with the decimal. Same thing here. I want to change that to 2.25. 1/4 is 0.25. And so I'm going to go over here and put 9.6. Now, some of you are probably asking, where did the heck did the 8 come from? Where the heck did the 9.6 come from? The left side of the little triangle is 5. The left side of the big triangle isn't just 3, it's the whole thing. 3 plus 5 makes 8. The right side is 6 on the little one, so the big one, the whole right side is 6 plus 3.6 or 9.6. And now I take my calculator, I do 5 divided by 8, I get 0.625. 6 divided by 9.6, I get 0.625. And so now I can say, yes, they are similar. Yes, by side, angle, side, similarity. And that means I can solve for x. And so how do I solve for x? Well, x is here at the bottom. And so x over x plus 2.25, which is the bottom of the big triangle. All right, and so bottom to bottom, so I'm going to use my whole number size, so I'll use 5 over 8. Now again, let's talk about where those numbers came from. So x is right here, and so that's the bottom of the little triangle. So bottom of little to bottom of big as left of little is to left of big. Remember, left of the whole big triangle is 5 and 3 make 8. Now I cross multiply. 8 times x is 8x. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2.25. Remember, you got to do the 5 times both things. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2.25 is 11.25. Minus 5x to both sides. Now I have to divide by 3. I get x equals 3.75. This one wanted you to plug it back in. Qn is just x, so it's just 3.75. And PO is x plus 2.25, which ends up being 6. And then here is your assignment for today. Best of luck to you.